Well, it's almost garden season. Thank goodness. I could use with some nice days. We had another cool down and I don't like it. Fall, spring was such a tease. But I want to get my sweet potatoes started so those can have a little bit extra time to grow because they can take quite a while to sprout. But this year I'm going to try a method I've never tried. So I normally grow them in soil, start them in soil, but you can start them in water as well. So I have 2 sweet potatoes that I'm going to get slips off of, or at least try to get slips off of. So I'm going to try one in the soil method I always use and one in the water method and just see which one works out better. Figured I'd take you along for this, start my sweet potatoes. Little tiny one, but it'll work in a pinch. I have made videos in the past going through the entire process of starting with the soil method from the day that I put it in soil to the day I took the slips outside. So if you want to check those out, I will link it in the description below. But let's get started. For the method that I use every year up until this year, put the sweet potato in a container of soil. Yeah, that's it. Although you need to nestle it in just a little bit more. You don't want to bury it. You just want to make sure that it is making good contact with the soil. And this is just soil I grabbed outside from my garden. And you'll just moisten the soil, cover it lightly with some plastic or a lid just to trap the moisture so it'll encourage it to root a little bit faster and you won't get evaporation that'll dry out the soil quicker. So method number 1, plain and simple, easy. The slips will sprout from this end. I'll show you on the smaller one, it's easier to see. And you'll just break them off once they're a certain size and put them in water so they fully root. But onto the water method. For the water method, you want to identify the rooting end. It's usually the end that is more pointed, more tapered, and you can see teeny tiny little roots. Like, see that right there, teeny tiny little root. Couple more. That's the rooting end. You want that to be facing down, submerged in water. I'm just going to stick some toothpicks in here to give it some support. Kind of like starting an avocado. And then you just take that rooting end, because the sprouts will come out of this end. And the rooting end is usually the end it was cut off the plant, if that helps identify it. Then you just stick it in water. And make sure the rooting end is submerged. So roots will grow out this end, drink the water, top off the water as needed. Sprouts will come out this end. Pretty simple to start sweet potatoes. And then just put them in a warm, sunny spot and wait. And normally I start my seeds and sweet potatoes and anything else garden related in my guest bedroom, but I'm going to have family visiting during seed starting time, so I can't turn my guest bedroom into Plant Mania. So I got this little tented shelf greenhouse thing. We're going to give that a try, see if it works to keep the pets out, because there's a certain little someone, surprisingly not that someone, or this someone, but this someone who doesn't think I should have plants in the house. That right, dude. So hopefully, since that greenhouse shelf thing is covered in plastic, it will protect from a certain kitty. Fingers crossed. I am excited that I won't have to take a dozen trays back and forth upstairs twice a day when it comes time to acclimate them outside. And let me tell you, that gets old quick. With this, it's right next to a glass door. I can just roll the whole thing on outside, which sounds amazing. All right, so I'll keep you updated on how this water method goes. I'm curious to see if it's going to be any faster or more successful. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.